mix and match with the Whopper and Crispy Chicken Sandwich. 2 sandwiches for only $6. Choose 2 Whoppers or 2 Crispy Chicken Sandwiches, or even mix and match one of each, all for just $6. Mix and match with the most popular burgers in Cayman is finally here, but only for a limited time. Available at all 5 locations across Island: 7 Mile Beach, Waterfront, Town Center, Walkers Road, and the newest location at Red Bay.
And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and today we want to take a moment to reflect back, even though it's 17 years, those who have lost their lives, family and friends who have affected by 9/11. Today, 17 years, can't believe that, but so much lives have been impacted. And I want you to keep that on the forefronts of your minds. People are still being affected by that disaster. But again, without further ado, welcome to the Business Buzz, and the Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Grape Tree Cafe and Cayman Medical Supplies. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 7:30 until 9. In our first segment this morning, we're pleased to put the spotlight on Cayman Heart Fund as we talk about the upcoming Heroes Luncheon. I'm pleased to have joining me back in studio this morning, Miss Susie Soto, and she's brought along with her Miss Colleen Millot to tell us more about the organization, but focusing more on the upcoming event. Ladies, welcome, and it's a pleasure to have you back, Ms. Soto.
Good morning, Sabrina. It's really great to be here, and it's great to have Colleen with us. Colleen's been doing all of the work, and I'm so delighted she's with us this morning. And I have to thank her for all the work she's done.
Correct.
And so working with me is probably a little difficult.
I don't think so. You have a passion, so people have to understand,
right?
Yeah, that your emotions, and you don't take it personal at all. Put your egos aside. Let's get the job done.
You're right. Right on, girl. Anyway, we're really looking forward to the Cayman Heart Fund Luncheon. It's on September 28th, and World Heart Day is the next day, but we're doing it for World Heart Day.
Correct.
And that's very exciting. But this year I put a theme on it, and I want everybody to really concentrate on what that might mean, because we've got a bit of a treat for everybody, and it's concentrating on exercise at any age.
Nice.
Yes. So as I was saying earlier, I'm dressed to go to the gym after we're finished. And so exercise at any age. I do need to tell you my age, but I came here in 1961 first time. So anyway, I want to concentrate on that. And the tickets, I'll throw it over to Colleen so she could tell about the tickets, how much they cost and where to get them.
So the tickets are $75 a chair and $7.50 for a table of 10. You can call me at 916-6324 or email me info@caymanheartfund.com. I'm happy to deliver the tickets, offer any information about the event. It's going to be a lot of fun, as Susie mentioned, full of surprises. Our theme, exercise at any age. And remember that small steps make big changes, can lead to big changes. And so it's important just to not set enormous goals, but to just take small steps.
Being realistic is the key.
I like that. We're also having a different type of raffle. We had it last year, and it seemed to go over quite well. And there's, I think, the tickets are $1 for $10,
$3
for $25, and
I think we're going to do 13 for $100.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes, 13 is my lucky number. Anyway, the person who buys the most raffle tickets,
of course,
are going to win a very special prize.
Excellent.
It's a staycation for 3 nights in Little Cayman at Sir Turtle Beach Villas.
I'll tell you, that's a
And
vacation.
that's for four. That'll be for four, a family of four,
Right.
or two couples or three couples. We're flexible with it.
Why not?
So that'll be a lot of fun.
Of course.
Yeah.
One of many of our raffle prizes, because we have a lot of raffle prizes.
Uh-huh.
Many. Let's see. Can I read them off?
Sure, go right ahead.
We're going to have a lot of surprises, but we have Balance Studio, Seafire Resort and Spa. Ooh, everyone loves that one. Bon Vivant, Royal Palms, Jake Scott, Tortuga Rum Company, Three Girls in a Kiln, Sir Turtle, as Susie mentions, the Marriott Beach Resort, Cayman Nutrition, that's a new business, Just Add Water. Ladies, we love that store.
Oh, yeah, I love that. That's my to-go place.
And there's a new
Me
shop.
too.
There's a new shop called Lolly Day in town. It's a lovely little store. We have a gift certificate there. Fresh Cayman, nice little lunch spot for wraps and salads.
Yeah.
And many more. I'm still working on it. I have a huge
And
list.
our sponsors, we need to
absolutely.
mention our
Events like
great
this would not be
sponsors.
possible without
Yeah.
sponsorship.
Yeah.
Definitely. Cayman Distributors, Blackbeard, Jake Scott, the Marriott's been fabulous. We have great sponsors: Applebee, Tortuga Rum Company. We're really lucky. The Cayman have fun.
World Gym.
Yeah.
And World Gym.
World Gym is coming on board big
Yeah.
time.
And I hear that they are going to, they got coming up very soon, 24 hours.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh.
I'm following that on Facebook.
I don't
so-
need the 24 hours. Maybe some people do, but
Which is good. It's good.
so great.
Yes.
It's a great gym.
To accommodate.
I work. That's where I work out, and let me
Excellent.
tell you, it's so super to go in there and see all the Caymanians in there, the young
Exactly.
people.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really a fun place. It's like a family. Where have you been if you go in? You haven't been there for a while, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a super gym.
Well, ladies, what can we all do to raise an awareness and build healthier lives free of cardiovascular disease and stroke here in the Cayman Islands? Now, it's one thing of being conscious of working out, living an active lifestyle, but we've gotten so complacent. Everything surrounds food.
We're all so busy.
Yeah. And you
then-
just grab and go.
Right, and you know, I must say the supermarkets are doing a great
They
job
have.
trying to help us all.
Correct.
Because you can go in and get a decent meal for a low price. But I'm finding that sometimes to deal with your health issues, it comes down to you fixing it at home.
Correct.
So
Correct.
cooking at home and then avoiding. Right now, I'm doing a thing where you avoid the sugar and carbohydrates, which is almost an impossibility. And just a strange thing that happened to me is all of a sudden I mentioned it, and my oldest daughter Sherry, she's doing the same thing.
Wow.
And she's lost a lot of weight and on the sugar-free low carb thing. So it's doing very well, and then I found out my other two daughters are doing
the
it pretty
same
much
thing.
too.
Yeah,
Going to low carb, low sugar.
Just choosing healthy.
Correct.
Just thinking and cooking at home, as you say. More vegetables, more fruits, more just fresh foods, I think, and small steps. lead
Yes,
to big
and
changes.
I must say I poo-pooed this thing about gluten. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I was having a lot of stomach problems, and I've found out that there is something to that gluten-free.
Balance.
Yeah, and I don't understand why.
You kind of wonder what happened many years ago. You never heard of all these things, but yet
And we all
we're
ate
everything pretty much.
I never had. And all of a sudden, this is starting to, come around. But,
Exactly.
So it's interesting to study the new concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I hate to push it, but the Atkins diet, he was onto something there. Mm-hmm. He was onto something there.
But what we want to encourage people is that before starting any plan, you must
Check
always
with
check
your
with your doctor.
Yep.
Here-
Yes, definitely.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, as we put the spotlight in our first segment this morning on Cayman Heart Fun as we talk about the upcoming Heroes Luncheon that's taking place on September 28th, 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Grand Cayman Marriott Beach Resort. I'm speaking with Miss Susie Soto, and she's brought along with her Miss Colleen to tell us more. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll hear a little bit more about, the automated external defibrillators, a free cardiac risk assessment screenings throughout the year, and, volunteering, how important it is for persons to give up their time to organizations like this and others in and around our island for making a better community. Keep it locked to the Business Buzz for more when we come back.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Along with emancipation, the 1830s brought forth two other key institutions to the Cayman Islands, churches and schools. The first clergyman in the Cayman Islands was Reverend Thomas Sharp, who arrived in December 1831, coincidentally the same month as the new legislature convened. The arrival of Reverend Sharp was in response to the desire by Caymanians for a resident minister, and was part of the expansion of the Church of England following the appointment of Jamaica's first bishop, Christopher Lipscomb, in 1824. Reverend Sharp held his first service on Christmas Day, 1831. Although he made good progress, relations were not always great, and Bishop Lipscomb would later learn that the assembly had not been forthcoming towards the stipend to which they had previously promised. Reverend Sharp would resign in 1834 to take up a new position at a church in Westmoreland, Jamaica, and was replaced by Reverend David Wilson in 1836.
Radio Cayman's historical facts vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all three Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
Why rush around paying bills when you can pay most of your bills online? Cayman National offers an extensive list of service providers. Visit CaymanNational.com and log on to our personal or business online banking systems. Not an online banking customer? Contact their customer support team on 949-8300 for more information.
You may have heard of them by now. GreenTurtle.ky, a one-stop shop for your mobile needs. Whether shopping for a new phone or topping up a loved one, it's time to hop aboard the Green Turtle Express. From 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman to sending credit worldwide, GreenTurtle.ky is the future of mobile. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. GreenTurtle.ky. They get there first.
That smells so good. Wow, looks delicious. Let me tell you, Grapetree Cafe is the #1 fish fry place on island. You can't see my plate, or? Yeah, and I'm looking at this menu and not only seeing fried fish, I also see roast fish. I see fritters, breadfruit, cassava, plantain, look here, wings, conch fritter, saltfish fritter and sauce. And watch, they even got chicken tenders and fries. And on Saturday, child, they even got chicharron. Plus, you got all the delicious local juices to wash it all down.
That's right. Grapetree Cafe here on the beach in Bordentown is loved by locals and visitors like me and my family. It is the popular weekend spot to enjoy the ambiance, great food, and soft island music. I'm returning home tomorrow, but I can't wait to return to the Caymans and enjoy the good food and island vibes at Grapetree Cafe in Bordentown.
Okay, wanna try to order up and come join me here so we can watch the sunset. Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? convenience. Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, keeping the spotlight on the Cayman Heart Fund and talking about the upcoming Heroes Luncheon. The Cayman Heart Fund was founded in 2007. It is a nonprofit, non-governmental organization dedicated to educating the public, influencing policy, and supporting access to high-quality care through various programs and initiatives. But we're putting our spotlight this morning on Heart Heroes Award Luncheon that will take place September 28th at the Grand Cayman Marriott Beach Resort. And telling us more about that this morning is Miss Susie Soto, and she's brought Colleen with her to tell us more. Now, let's talk a little bit about our Heart Heroes, ladies.
I think so. Well, this is the first time we're releasing who our Heart Heroes are. So we couldn't do better by releasing it here and thank the government and our good radio station.
That's right, you're number
TV
one.
station, yes. Anyway, we have Jeannie Branton. And she's been here for many, many years. And so she's one of our Heart Heroes. Then we have somebody who's helped a lot of other people, Dr. John Adelson. And then Jackie and Peter Balls. And, of course, Jackie's known as a dancer. She had her studio, an amazing woman, very good shape. And these are all people who have survived.
Correct.
And so we're that's what we're for. We're trying to get people to do their best and to be survivors. And we've got a great medical community. Then there's Eileen Sutton, and we have one of our leading political people, and he's very excited about surviving, Bernie Bush.
That's right.
So I caught his excitement, I think, here when he was with Sterling. And I thought, this guy's really amazed. And it's how they embrace all the things that we should be doing.
Correct.
Afterwards, you know. So we have also we're lucky. We have community where everybody is working together now. I know Health City and the Cayman Islands Hospital, they're working together, and it's being much more coordinated so that if somebody is in the ambulance we provided had equipment that that they can determine along with the doctor at the hospital which way the ambulance should go. To cut time. That's supposed to be happening, and I think it might be. But anyway, so we've got to, and we're getting, Health City is getting some credit. They've been coming up, and they do the thing with the children, which is amazing. They want to do, I know Dr. Shetty wants to do 300, how many days in a year?
365.
Yeah. Anyway, my Prevagen's jumping in. Anyway, 365 babies or children a year. So we have the community supporting that. But what we want to do is celebrate these people and have them continue on to tell others how they've survived and what they're doing. So I think the community is working. Now, Colleen can tell you a little bit about the defibrillators we get around and also the activities we're doing. And also the screenings. How many screenings do we do a year, Colleen?
We do quite a few in the year. We work in partnership with other nonprofit organizations and also community leaders and also churches. So we coordinate together the health screening events that we do, and we have one of our directors, Maureen Cuban, who heads up our testing portion, where we check blood sugars, cholesterol, blood pressure, and we do the BMI measurements. And a lot of times the people that come in and want to learn more about it. They really are unsure about what they should eat or what they should weigh, or they're going on what they learned as children. And so I think the community-based health screening events are very important. We are there with brochures. We are there with a lot of information and takeaway materials and resources for them to continue on reaching out to us. And
we want people, to know your numbers.
Yes.
Know your numbers. And check make sure you go in for your yearly physical with your physician. And if you need help, the Cayman Heart Fund is there to give any advice or any direction, and maybe some of the pamphlets or whatnot. But again, we've got amazing doctors here.
Correct.
In Cayman, we're very lucky. We've got some of the finest doctors. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the incidence of the heart problems has gone down since we've had the lady doctor at the hospital, and she keeps track of them and follows them. And the incident of their returning when they've come in for a heart issue have gone down because they're following up what she is telling them to do. So, and I have to give a shout out to the lady who does the pacemaker checks. She does an amazing job, and we've got a lot of people here with pacemakers.
Yes,
and they're nothing to be frightened of. So,
definitely getting the awareness out there and people knowing and understanding, asking the right questions as well. Have that conversation with your doctor.
Yes.
Know exactly. It's one thing of being blessed to survive, but there's another thing about asking what your risks are. Asking and having those family conversations. Who in the family has had a medical history of heart disease? Have the talks.
Know your risks.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's Emily is the lady's name that does the pacemaker checks. And the pacemaker is an amazing object. And a lot of us are running around here with them. And if we didn't have them, we wouldn't be here. But when you go in for your check, it prints out exactly how many months you've got left or years you've got left, where you're at, how often it was used. It's totally mind-boggling, this little machine.
Now, for the sake of those listening audience who may just be tuning in, tell us when and where the Heart Heroes Award luncheon will take place, and where can they get tickets?
Tickets can be obtained by me. Just give me a call, 916-6324, or email me, info@caymanheartfund.com. I'm happy to deliver them. They're $75 for a seat, $7.50 for a table of 10. Our guests can look forward to a lot of wonderful raffle prizes. We will have a few very healthy exhibitors in the reception area. The guests can look forward to a 3-course yummy meal, entertainment, gorgeous prizes, as I mentioned, and the guests will hear from our heart heroes about their experiences with cardiovascular disease and stroke.
Keep it locked to the Business Buzz for more when we come back, hearing about this upcoming Heroes Luncheon that's taking place on September 28th from 11:30 till 2 p.m.
Price Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Price Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Price Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecasts, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
As parents and a community, it is our desire to have happy children who are able to cope with all of life's challenges. However, despite our loving support, sometimes our children suffer in silence and put on a brave face. Do you suspect that your child is experiencing problems, secretly struggling to cope, and is overwhelmed? If there is a possibility that they are anxious, experiencing troubling thoughts, and are suffering in silence, it is important to seek professional help. The Ministry of Community Affairs, in partnership with the Alex Panton Foundation, is hosting 5 community presentations on self-harm prevention this month and in September. These free talks cover how to spot the warning signs and who to turn to for expert advice. A question and answer will follow each talk. To get more information on the dates and venues of these presentations, please call 244-2426 or visit the Cayman Islands government website today.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, and once again, the Cayman Heart Fund hosts a delightful luncheon honoring those amazing survivors of cardiovascular disease. From the heart, heroes will share their experience with cardiovascular disease, a true message of hope and gratitude. Together, they will raise awareness and build healthier lives free of cardiovascular disease and stroke in the Cayman Islands. I'm pleased to continue my conversation this morning with Ms. Susie Soto and Ms. Colleen telling us more. How important is volunteers to your organization and for assisting in putting on events such as this?
Volunteers are extremely important. And I must say, the community is very conscious of helping people.
Correct.
We've got all kinds of charities out there now. And I know that a lot of the business, as long as we're on Business Buzz, guys in business, thank you, because you support a lot of our charities out there. So I just want to run down and thank ours here. Cayman Distributors, Eat, Breathe Well, Christy Lomas, Cayman Physical Therapy, Vitamin C, Pinnacle Media, Sportista, World Gym, Balance Studio, Seafire Resort and Spa, Bon Vivant, Royal Palms, Jacques Scott, Tortuga Rum, Three Girls in a Kiln, Sir Turtle, Little Cayman, Marriott Beach Resort, Cayman Nutrition, Just Add Water, Lala Dave, Fresh Cayman. And we want to thank them. And I want to thank those who have volunteered to help us. And everybody out there that participates. And thank you to the sweet lady that just gave me a note that says, good luck. We'll make the lunch.
Okay, great.
So that was nice. And thanks to Cayman Radio.
Yes.
They're
our pleasure.
Very kind, and you give us a free way to promote our events. Now, to turn it over to Colleen to hit it for ticket sales. Come on, all of you people out there.
The lunch is really important.
What is your phone number?
916-6324.
Thank you.
It's really important to come out and as a result of joining us for this great lunch, and we're going to raise awareness about cardiovascular disease. Spread the word about living healthier, choosing healthier, knowing your risks, and what is our theme, Susie?
What is it?
Exercise at any age.
There you go.
So, 916-6324, info@CaymanHeartFund.com. I deliver, so I'll come to you with your ticket.
Okay. Ladies, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for allowing us again to put the spotlight and assisting you in pushing your Heart Heroes Award Luncheon 2018. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Yes, thank you very much for having us.
Stay tuned for more of the Business Buzz after the 8 o'clock news, sports, and weather update when we'll put this focus on ArmOur Expo 2018.
All right, thank you, Sabrina. Time is now 8 a.m., brought to you by Price Right.
Priced Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Priced Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Priced Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
Access to information. Your community. News and information. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The public health law is set to get an overhaul by 2020. Health Minister, the Honourable Dwayne Seymour, says the updates are much needed.
The associated regulations are outdated, and in several sections, regulations had to yet be developed.
He says his ministry is in the process of reviewing and updating the public health law, appointing a new public health legislative review committee, which started meeting in July. The minister told lawmakers the work is expected to be completed in 2020. An employee with the Cayman Islands Airports Authority is now certified in airport security. More from Radio Cayman's Shanda Gallego.
Holdback screening supervisor Anthony Wedderburn got his recent certification after completing online training at Airports Council International Online Learning Center. The 2-week course included modules in aviation security, the structure of aviation security, basic security measures, security technologies and their capabilities, understanding threat and risk assessment, human factors, security culture and training, quality assurance and quality management, as well as security and incident response. Mr. Wedderburn noted in an issued statement that he is extremely grateful to the CIAA for funding the course and for providing him with such a rewarding opportunity, adding these skills and knowledge learned in airport security training will help him grow within the CIAA family and succeed in his role. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
History is made as 7 students from Lighthouse School passed Stage 1 of City and Guild exams, qualification recognized worldwide, which opens doors for future opportunities in both further education and the workplace. So what happens now? Students Linval Forshaw, Marlon Bodden, Chelsea Frederick, Keanu McKinsey, Dante Thompson, Julia Smith, and Yannick Ebanks are now allowed to enter the Cayman Islands Further Education Center, another first for this opportunity to be extended to students from Lighthouse School. Collectively, they achieved 4 passes, 9 merits, and a distinction. Changes to the liquor licensing law have come into effect as of Monday, with hopes to rectify some concerns related to issues of ambiguity of the legislation. According to a government release, key changes include increasing the power of the board to permit Sunday opening of packaged liquor license premises, addressing concerns related to issuing multiple licenses, namely retail and package, by requiring the board to ensure an applicant demonstrates a clear demarcation between the areas in the premises that will use each license category, and demonstrate the ability to ensure each licensee has control of the specific area. Another key change of the law recognizes nonprofit organizations by granting the board power to approve licenses for groups registered under the Nonprofit Organizations Law, and gives the board the power to waive fees for temporary or occasional license for events linked to national festivals. The Ministry of Commerce plans to conduct a more comprehensive review of the law in the future. And just a quick check on Tropical Storm Isaac. At the last check, it was at 14.6 degrees north, 48.1 degrees west. It's moving toward the west near 14 miles per hour. The general motion is expected to continue through the end of the week. On the forecast track, Isaac should move across the Lesser Antilles and into the Eastern Caribbean by Thursday. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, who will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with David Austin. 2 border crossings between Ethiopia and Eritrea have been reopened in ceremonies attended by the country's leaders. It marks another significant step towards reconciliation between the 2 former enemies after a peace deal was signed between them in July. The leaders of Russia and China have been stressing the importance of their partnership as Russia begins its largest military exercise in decades, with Chinese troops taking part for the first time. Not since Soviet times has Russia held a military exercise of similar scale. The European Parliament is to begin a debate shortly on whether to impose sanctions on Hungary for alleged breaches of the rule of law and EU values. The administration of the Prime Minister of Viktor Orban is accused of corruption, undermining the independence of the judiciary and the rights of minorities. The UN says the number of people worldwide who go hungry has risen for the third year in a row, with climate change playing an increasingly major role. A UN report found that in 2017 about 1 person in every 9 was undernourished. That's more than 800 million people. The International Criminal Court has insisted it will not be deterred by a threat of sanctions by the US. On Monday, the US National Security Advisor John Bolton warned of penalties against the ICC if it went ahead with an investigation into the actions of US soldiers in Afghanistan. That's the latest BBC News.
What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after.
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
95% of claims settled in 5 days.
Low-cost life insurance.
And investments.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after.
Visit BritK.ky or call 949-8699.
BritK, where people come first.
Watch out for great mobile value and exciting free gifts from Flow this summer. The Samsung Galaxy A8 is yours for as low as $43.25 a month, and you can enjoy 25 gigabytes of data, 2,000 texts, and minutes on a Flow postpaid mobile value plan. Sign up and have even more fun with free summer gifts from Flow, like air travel vouchers, movie tickets, sound systems, and more. Share your summer experiences with Flow. Visit discoverflow.ky for more. Terms and conditions apply. Watch out, summer. Flow postpaid mobile plans are sizzling.
In financial news, major global stock markets were mostly lower today after Wall Street's gains as investors waited for a new U.S. tariff hike in a trade battle with China. Keeping score in early trading, Germany's DAX lost 0.1% to 11,971, and London's FTSE 100 fell 0.3% to 7,258. France's CAC 40 was little changed at 5,273. On Monday, the CAC 40 added 0.3%, the DAX rose 0.2%, and the FTSE 100 was unchanged. On Wall Street, futures for the Standard & Poor's 500 Index and Dow Jones Industrial Average were little changed. Looking at Asia's day, the Shanghai Composite Index retreated 0.2% to 2,664, and Hong Kong's Hang Seng lost 0.7% to 26,422. Tokyo's Nikkei 225 advanced 1.3% to 22,664, while Seoul's Kospi declined 0.2% to 2,283. In energy, benchmark U.S. crude gained 24 cents to $67.78 per barrel in electronic trading on the New York Mercantile Exchange. The contract lost 21 cents on Monday to close at $67.54. Brent crude, used to price international oils, advanced 56 cents to $77.92 in London. It rose 54 cents the previous session to $77.37. And in currency, the dollar gained to 111.47 yen from Monday's 111.12. The euro edged up 1.1627 from 1.1595.
Tune in to Radio Cayman every morning at 7:20 a.m. for your daily weather update. Proudly brought to you by Miller's Plumbing and Accessories. With over 47 years of experience, they'll get the job done for you on time. Free estimate. Miller's Plumbing and Accessories. Call them at 949-4709 for a free estimate.
Let's go. Mark your calendars. Breeze Fusion Walk Run is coming. Radio Cayman's Breeze Fusion Walk Run is coming. Saturday, November 3rd in Grand Cayman and November 24th in Cayman Brac. Visit CaymanActive.com to register today or stop by Radio Cayman on Elgin Avenue. This year's funds go to benefit the NCVO, the John Gray High School Music Department, and the So-and-So Club of Cayman Brac.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Good morning with a look at the latest weather update. Currently, temperatures at 84 degrees, 92% relative humidity. Winds are coming in from the east at 4 knots. Barometric pressure is at 29.93 inches and rising. Overnight low last night, 77 degrees. Synopsis indicates cloudiness and showers associated with the interaction between a tropical wave and upper level trough will continue to decrease across the Cayman area today as the tropical wave moves over the west of the Yucatan Peninsula. Radar images show isolated showers in and around the Cayman area moving towards the northwest. National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Hurricane Florence and Hurricane Helene. These hurricanes pose no threat to the Cayman Islands. The NHC also is issuing advisories on Tropical Storm Isaac. This poses no immediate threat to the Cayman Islands. For further information, please visit www.nhc.noaa.gov. Forecast for today, partly cloudy skies, chances of showers and thunder. Temperatures will rise to the upper 80s. Winds will be southeast 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Take a look at tonight, partly cloudy skies, the chances of showers and thunder. Temperatures will fall to the upper 70s. Winds will be east to northeast at 3 knots or less. Seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. High tide takes place today at 10:40 a.m., low tide at 4:37 p.m., and high tide again 10:36 p.m. tonight. Sunset tomorrow 6:30. Sunset today 6:30 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow 6:13 a.m. Outlook through Thursday morning is for similar weather. Latest update has been brought to you by Brand Source.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings. Babe, not tonight. I need to be rested for all-day meetings tomorrow.
What are you talking about? I was almost asleep.
You keep poking me, and I can't sleep.
That's the mattress spring I keep telling you about. Not me. We really need to get a new mattress.
Tossing and turning, back hurting, can't sleep? It might be time to turn in your old mattress and go to bed with a new one. Browse the huge mattress showroom at Brand Source Home Gallery and pick the perfect mattress today. With mattresses to suit every budget, Brand Source Home Gallery stocks a wide selection of sizes and styles like pillow top and gel memory foam. So stop tossing and turning and sleep better tonight with a new mattress from Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
All right, for drivers on the road, we do advise that you buckle up, use caution as traffic is moving quite slow coming up from the east as you head towards roundabout to right there by Lantern Point and the Prospect area. A little further up, moderate flow of traffic by Kings Roundabout as you head on to the Linford Pearson Highway. Further up as you get towards the airport area, you have a little bit of stop and go traffic in that area. If you're in town by Edward Street and Shedden Road, traffic is all clear. Moderate flow of traffic around the roundabouts over by CNB, and moderate flow of traffic as well by Butterfield as you head on to Godfrey Dixon Way and Industrial Park. Coming out the west, it ain't too bad if you're by the Ritz-Carlton area. That's the latest look at traffic. Once again, buckle up, be safe.
We are in the hurricane season, and knowing what to do after a hurricane can be as important as preparing for the storm. After the passage of a hurricane, seek medical attention if it is needed at hospitals and clinics for those persons who are injured. Do not touch power lines and cables that are down. They may be active. Report them to 911 or the utilities emergency hotlines. Broken tree limbs should be removed from around homes or buildings if possible. This hurricane information has been brought to you by Breeze FM and Radio Cayman.
In local sports, the Cayman Islands Sailing Club's autumn season kicked off with the annual J22 Governors Cup last weekend. Although several fleet numbers were down this year, 3 boats of enthusiastic sailors showed up to race in the North Sound. In race 1, Mayhem with Carl, David Sheetal, who's visiting from the UK, and Lisa had a great start and got to the right side of the shifting breeze. Mayhem led the fleet around the first mark before Tomika McTaggart, Matt Diaz, and Sam Dawson, sailing just leaving, hauled them into finish finish with the first win of the day. Unfortunately, Yahoo lost their spinnaker halyard in race 2, resulting in Peter Bridge climbing the mast and capsizing their boat to try to get it back. Just Leaving came away with 4 wins on day 1. After closing race, Yahoo with Bruce Johnson, Peter Bridge, and Mark Edmonds claimed second place, with Mayhem third. Undeterred by the heavy rain, teams showed up on Sunday, but due to the lightning squalls, the final races were abandoned, awarding the trophy to Just Leaving. This weekend, we'll see Bart's Bash, a global sailing race that takes place at venues all over the world in all classes of boats, from optimists to large cruising catamarans. In international sports, a third European club competition could be introduced alongside the Champions League and Europa League from 2021. That's according to the head of the Association of Europe's biggest teams. European Club Association Chairman Andrea Agnelli, who is also on UEFA's executive committee, said, quote, "The green light has been given." He did not release any more details on how the tournament would be organized.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Good morning and welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner. This segment, we put a spotlight on ArmOur Expo 2018. That takes place tomorrow, and I'm pleased to have joining me in studio Miss Polly Pickering, her sister Pamela Webster, and we're also pleased to welcome Mr. Ken Bodner, who's going to be one of the keynote speakers at tomorrow's event. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. For those who may just probably living under a rock and have never heard about the ArmOur Expo, this is becoming very big here in the Cayman Islands. Let's give us a little bit of history before we go into tomorrow's events to let our listening audience know where ArmOur came from.
Well, Sabrina, thank you very much. It's great to be here, and it's great that we're doing this every year now. And the history of ArmOur was really just that, in the word arm hour. So we have decided that with all the things that have been happening in cyberspace, that there was a need to arm our communities, arm our families, arm our businesses, and just arm ourselves with knowledge and awareness. And we found that a lot of the feedback was that there was a misconception that there was tools or Band-Aids or magic pills that people would just rely on certain things in IT to help them. And what we wanted to do was bring together a forum that would get the boardroom and the engine room and the community together behind arming ourselves around awareness, not just security, but fintech, governance, compliance, all the things that are challenges that while they may have technology underlining them, we also need to know how we can be aware about how they can innovate and also how we can protect ourselves from some of the bad things out there.
So what is the ultimate objective of this expo?
Learning, education, networking. We'd really like to get a community team together where people actually interact, and we have more and more educational forums. And I think the main thing was really about bringing people together for shared information.
Mm-hmm. How can persons, I understand that this is a sought-after conference, are tickets still available?
Well, Sabrina, I'm afraid no. This is the second year we've sold out. We're really happy. If you're super interested, you can always call our office. Someone will take your name. We might have a wait list.
Correct.
There's certain things that, come up, but you can call 946-3673. Or look at the webpage. Please have a look at the webpage anyhow, because it's really cool, and we will be sharing, because it's about education and coming together. We'll be recording all the sessions. So we'll be having webinars in our office and presentations. This is not just a one day, 2 days and 2 years in a row. This will live on throughout the year, and so we'll be getting the guest speakers to come back. Virtual conferencing, although it's a nice place to visit, they might come back in person, and we'll be opening it up to the community to sign in and listen to the webinars. But look at the www.armourexpo.com website, the ArmOur Expo website, and reach out to us, and we'll put you on a list.
Now, we have one of our keynote speakers, Mr. Bodner, who's here, and his presentation specializing in blockchain. Now, we've heard a lot, and it's amazing. Before we went live, I overheard, I was eavesdropping, that a lot of people hear blockchain, and they automatically, that's cryptocurrency. There's a myth. how are you able to differentiate the cryptocurrency, what people are buying versus what you do?
One of my opening statements in ArmOur Expo last year was I defined blockchain as solving problems you never knew you had with technology you don't understand.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, that's it right there.
And my focus this year is not on educating what blockchain is, but sort of explaining, or even more educating what blockchain is, but explaining why blockchain hasn't become. You don't see a major blockchain Facebook, or you don't see a major blockchain Google. Blockchain is truly a transformational technology. Mm-hmm. Most people know it as Bitcoin, but that's only the first incarnation of Bitcoin. Yeah. The underlying technology is there's 5 elements of blockchain. The first one is that it's secure, it's distributed, it disintermediates third parties. And what that means is that there's no central controller.
Mm-hmm. So there's no central bank.
There's no central bank.
Okay, gotcha.
And this is why Bitcoin used it.
Uh-huh.
And it's immutable. You can't, once you put something into the blockchain, you cannot change it. You have to put a correction into it. Mm-hmm. And the very last one is that it tokenizes human activity, and it enables you to sort of cut into pieces human activity and to represent that activity in a digital environment. So, but blockchain is not Bitcoin. One of the speakers at ArmOur, I think he's the closing speaker, is Dr. Richard Rahn. He was President Reagan's chief economist, and he wrote a book called The End of Money. Mm-hmm. He didn't know about blockchain then, but digital currency in money is just a small part of blockchain. Blockchain will enable you to, let's say you pull up to the petrol station, you're short of money, you don't have your card with you.
But you got your phone.
You got your phone, and if you're on a blockchain, you can actually use your car as a credit card.
Wow.
Good example.
So, let's say your grandmother passes away, unfortunately, and she leaves you $100,000, and you don't know what to do with it. Blockchain will enable you to create the pop-up bank of Sabrina, and you can run it for a while, and once you've made what you figure is enough profit, you can shut it all down. Wow. It'll be a technology enabler like we have never seen before. But I'm sorry.
Ahead. Go.
But the last point I want to make is that we're at the stage now of where the internet was in 1992. Mm-hmm. I was working at a wonderful telecommunications company called Nortel, and they put internet on my desk. And you could get CERN, which is the physics place in Europe, and you could get all the dry documents from Harvard. And I came home and told my wife, this will never go anywhere.
Internet, yeah.
And here we are today.
We are at the same stage now with blockchain. We can't see where it'll take us.
It's true. And, innovators and stuff, not everybody would understand the likes of Elon Musk. Until it's way, way already in production, people are using it, then you're like, whoa, now I understand what he was saying. So I totally get you there. But what about those persons who are just very skeptical about going into this cashless, currentless type of world where that holding of money, which for those who understand money, it's not for us. But, just getting rid of that, or it just fading away in the future.
That's a real conundrum, because we are seeing a sort of a fractionalization of society. And there's the early adopters win, the middle adopters don't, and then absolutely everyone becomes an adopter once the technology is mature. And I'm not sure. I think that if you don't even embrace it a little bit, you'll be marginalized.
You'll be left completely out.
It's
just like smart devices. If you don't know how to send an email today, I'm sorry. Yeah. There's no organization that can absorb you right now.
Yeah.
A simple email.
Yeah. And what gladdens my heart is that I'm sitting in an airport, And I peek over, and there's this elderly 80-year-old woman with her, texting like crazy. And she's looking up stock portfolios and doing banking, and God bless them.
There you go.
It brings the last mile. It brings things home to just about everywhere. It really, I think, localizes a country like Cayman that we can all connect so easily, but it also makes our extension and our reach so great.
Exactly.
And I think that's the really positive side. Unfortunately, the really negative side is the fact people can reach us.
Yes.
And there has been always a little wonderful false sense of security in Cayman because a lot of us still leave our keys in the car and maybe we forget to lock this door. And we're very blessed to be in a country that's this safe. But it also means because we don't hear horrible headlines about things happening in school playgrounds or things that other societies around the world worry about child safety, we tend to be a little bit more complacent.
Yes.
And we don't realize that those internet waves are hitting our kids and teenagers are subject to a lot of things that can come over the internet.
Now, who are some of the other keynote speakers that will be at this year's event? Are you able to?
Well, Ken mentioned like the Internet of Things or Internet. So we have Tyson McCauley, who is an author who wrote Riot, and it's a book that he'll be signing at the event. And Tyson will be there talking about some very exciting new things in quantum computing and quantum risks and what's going to happen down the road when quantum computing can break encryption. So Tyson will be with us. We have some wonderful women in security. Janine Darling, who is going to be talking about the myths, the magics, and the I have to get her topic there, but the myths and the magics of cybersecurity. And we also have, Pamela, one of her good friends, JP, is coming
Peter
back.
Bruzzese, yes, and he'll talk about insider threats and how it affects, again, your CFO, your CEO. We already know your CIO. So, and again, it comes back down to the financial technology. So fintech's really big with all of our law firms and banks here. So, again, the audience is Cayman financial influencers. And I think compliance officers, they're going to have to know in the world of managing their database, and how you're dealing with personal information, compliance officers, and governance. And, your CEO, the boardroom's going to really need to know. They're going to have to drive the policy behind how Cayman shapes our financial offerings. And whoever gets it first is going to win, like Ken said.
Yeah, it's a race.
Whoever actually gets it. And so we really want the people at the top to understand this, that it's not that hard.
And when Pamela mentions JP, he is a 6-time Microsoft Ignite MVP, and email is his bag. So there's right there for the thing that you just said we all need, we all communicate, but we all need to know the safety of it and how to make it work for us a little better.
Yeah, I think we definitely are the country's leading email experts. So we're happy to help.
And as a follow-up note to that, blockchain will play an absolute huge part in cybersecurity.
Yeah. So there are a lot of moving parts when it comes to blockchain.
Exactly.
If we could just separate Bitcoin, blockchain, two different things.
Absolutely.
So that's the educational part about it.
Yes. Blockchain is the engine that drives Bitcoin. But it'll be used in health records. It'll be used in absolutely everything.
So I want to be investing in blockchain.
No, not yet.
See, good advice. Again,
Yes,
we are here to help. That's what the conference is about.
Now, are there any Cayman Cyber Kids events that are coming up? Just talk about the kids side of things.
So we've just recently formed the Cy Kids in August, and it's an extension of a lot of other things that are out there. We know there's some great things going on in the schools themselves. Department of Education is doing a great job. There's some wonderful corporate private sponsors out there. What we wanted to do was, while it says Cayman Cyber Kids or Cy Kids, it's actually a bit of awareness for parents. And the way this came about, again, was some very personal stories over the last 6-8 months. And we realized that what we were missing was, if there's a PTA that helps people get together, what we wanted to do was have a bit of a CTA, have cyber awareness that could go around different groups, support other organizations as an extension, and bring cyber awareness through kids to parents to really help give them a little boost in their levels of protection.
Correct. Now, Bill, there will be a panel discussion, I understand. Can you tell us some more on that?
Well, Pamela's on one of the panels. Which panel are you on, Pamela?
I'm on the panel of how to handle insider threats. And the only thing to tell the general public about that is that, over 90% of bad things that happen come by inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that everyone's malicious inside your organization, mistaken. So insider threats, my big thing, of course, is education and awareness, employee awareness. And again, we want to thank the Cayman Islands Human Resource Association for sending out our scholarship for the cybersecurity training. And the HR managers, again, there's a missing link in the Cayman Islands of HR.
Mm-hmm.
If HR gets this, they can drive the culture of the organization. So all the companies need to be looking at insider threats, which are mistaken, not always malicious.
Okay. Who are some of the sponsors on board assisting with this expo?
Well, we're very pleased to have eSure as the diamond sponsor, and our new division, eSecure, which is obviously looking at security. We're very pleased to have Optiv back with us again this year, and we have KPMG. We have PwC.
Cayman National Bank.
Yes, Cayman National Bank. We also have quite a few of our technology sponsors, InfoSec Global. We have Baumgar, so Identity Access Management. We have
Mimecast, and we also have
Sentinel One.
Yes.
Yeah,
so there's a long list again. You can see them on the website. And there's always a little bit about somebody on the website, plus all the speakers. And again, I think with 20 speakers on 2 stages at the ArmOur conference at the Marriott tomorrow, you're going to find something on that website, a talk that really interests you. And if it's something that interests you and you're not able to attend, reach out to us.
Yeah.
We are all about education. And again, the sponsors, I'd love to thank Optiv for bringing in, again, the president of the security chapter of Trinidad. We've got people coming from Bahamas, Barbados, Antigua, Bermuda, Jamaica. So, gosh, it sounds like a
I know, and Jersey and Guernsey, because Alistair Beek is joining us from Sure International, another one of our great sponsors, another year in a row. And he's going to be talking about how offshore has its very unique challenges in technology and also the opportunity for advancement from the offshore world. And we do have quite a few other cool panels going on. We're trying to keep it very interactive.
Right.
All of our speakers, even poor Ken here, we have to make him very brief because we have a lot of people to get up and down.
Yeah.
But we have another panel on incident response, and Derek Haynes is going to be moderating that and talking about, I think it's called Heroes and Zeros and Security Shenanigans. So that'll be interesting. And then Jason Butcher has one that's a bit more in Ken's wheelhouse, which is talking about blockchain innovation and his company Gateway Technologies here in Cayman. So again, it's hopefully as interactive as possible.
Right.
And we also have a live demo of the dark web happening.
Yeah. I want to go a little bit into that, but not before we have our first break.
Terrific.
So keep it locked to the Business Buzz for more when we come back.
That smells so good. Wow, looks delicious. Let me tell you, Grapetree Cafe is the #1 fish fry place on island. You can't see my plate, or? Yeah, and I'm looking at this menu and not only seeing fried fish, I also see roast fish, I see fritters, breadfruit, cassava, plantain, look here, wings, conch fritter, saltfish fritter and sauce, and watch, they even got chicken tenders and fries. And on Saturday, child, they even got chicharron. Plus, you got all the delicious local juices to wash it all down.
That's right. Grapetree Cafe here on the beach in Bordentown is loved by locals and visitors like me and my family. It is the popular weekend spot to enjoy the ambiance, great food, and soft island music. I'm returning home tomorrow, but I can't wait to return to the Caymans and enjoy the good food and island vibes at Grapetree Cafe in Bordentown.
Okay, wanna try to order up and come join me here so we can watch the sunset. You may have heard of them by now. GreenTurtle.ky, a one-stop shop for your mobile needs. Whether shopping for a new phone or topping up a loved one, it's time to hop aboard the Green Turtle Express. From 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman to sending credit worldwide, GreenTurtle.ky is the future of mobile. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. GreenTurtle.ky. They get there first.
Are you ready to pace yourself? Sunday, September the 23rd on West Bay Road at the Public Beach. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman's 7th Annual Delano Hislop Memorial Journey for Life 15-mile walk run. Register today and do your part to help raise awareness for prostate and colon cancer and also raise funds to help support victims and survivors in the Cayman Islands. Registration fee is only $25. For more information, visit www.lionsgcmpacce.com or call 917-7223. The Delano Hislop Memorial Journey for Life 15-mile walk run. Sunday, September the 23rd on West Bay Road at the Public Beach.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery. Attention Breeze Fusion fans and supporters, registration is now open for the 12th annual Grand Cayman Breeze Fusion 5K walk run. We are calling on you to help us in raising funds for the NCVO and for the John Gray High School Musical Department. Registration is only $15 for adults if registered by September 30th. The walk run will take place on Saturday, November 3rd at the Smiths Bacadere in Grand Cayman. But you must be registered by September 30th to take advantage of the lower fee. Visit CaymanActive.com to register today or stop by Radio Cayman on Elgin Ave.
This is Caitlin Tyson, your Miss Cayman Islands Universe. Caring for a loved one with Alzheimer's can be challenging, but finding the resources and help that you need shouldn't be. For information about Alzheimer's and other dementias, call ADACI at 924-4170. Please reach out today.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. It is proudly sponsored by Grape Tree Cafe, located out there in Bodden Town for your favorite among locals and visitors alike. Great food, fish and fritters, bread, fruit, chicharron, you name it, that's the place to go. We also like to thank our kind sponsors. Cayman Medical Supplies, providing quality pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, and customer products for healthcare providers. Keeping the spotlight this morning on our upcoming ArmOur Expo 2018 that takes place tomorrow. And in studio, I'm pleased to be joined by Ms. Polly Pickering, her sister Pamela Webster, and one of the keynote speakers, Mr. Ben Bodner. He's a Blockchain Associates international consultant, speaking at tomorrow's event. Is this your first time here?
No.
Okay. What keeps you coming back?
I actually lived in the Caribbean. I worked in the in technology in the Bahamas for 4 years. Mm-hmm. But Cayman is orders of magnitude above anywhere else in the Caribbean.
There you go. That's what we're about. Pamela and Polly, I know it takes a lot of work to get something like this going, and but when you look at where technology is forging so quickly, pretty much by the second, evolving, what opportunities are there for persons to tap in? Is there scholarships? Mm-hmm. Tell us more about that.
Well, I'm all about the scholarships, and this is will be the 20th scholarship we've given in the last 13 months. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that speaks volumes. And we're really thrilled to work with, the young people last year who wanted to get into cybersecurity fundamentals. This year, it's really more for people in the systems and risk control. So compliance when it comes to regulations and things like that. But we've got, happy to announce with partnering with ISACA, which is the global governing body for cybersecurity, members, a Trinidad scholarship, Jamaica scholarship, Cayman scholarship, and we're being joined from people all over the Caribbean. And it starts this morning at 9 a.m. at the Marriott, and it goes this week. But we're thrilled that education is a key part. And again, the more that our population and community are educated to arm ourselves, that's what the conference is about. And it brings it back to Cayman finance and families.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the dark web. I'm hearing that more and more. What is it?
The dark web is the other side of the internet. In a typical internet application, you have domain names, you have IP addresses, and you have a search engine where you can, the internet, all of the information on the internet is open to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
In the dark web, you need another type of browser. It's called a Tor onion browser. They hide themselves. You have to know where you're going. And it's the place where criminals, for example, if you've hacked into a bank and stolen all of their information, you would put that information on the dark web.
Mm.
The biggest entity that folks have probably heard about is Silk Road. It sold ammunition, firearms, and I'm talking about military-grade firearms, child pornography, and drugs delivered to your door.
Right.
And so it is the dark side of technology. Luckily, it requires a different. It's called a Tor onion browser that you need to access the sites, and it is the darker side of technology.
How has anyone locally been affected by this?
You know, it's difficult to say. I know the Financial Crimes Unit obviously has their hands full with a lot of incidents. I do know that the fellow who's doing a live demonstration for us tomorrow, Elio Dominus from Q6, one of our sponsors, is going to try and make it a bit more easy to understand.
Layman's term.
And also, I think one of the things they do is they police what's going on. And so if someone has lost, and Ken made a good point, maybe it's account numbers or personal identities. You know, there are people who are out there trying to track and trace the dark web activity to hopefully bring justice to some of these criminals. And it is difficult because a lot of governments are just getting their cooperation orders together, and it's always one of the things hardest to get funding for is financial cyber crimes.
Now, where do you see, people just being more alert and aware, is there anything bulletproof that you're not subjected to this dark web getting all your information taken away and you don't even know?
It generally, this is what the gist of ArmOur Expo is. The onus to protect the data is on the folks, the IT folks, and the corporations, and the entire security industry. And this is why the education push for ArmOur Expo, because you and I, as a consumer, we're placing a lot of trust.
Yes.
In the people that hold our data and the people that process our data.
Correct.
And it is incumbent on them to honor that trust. And they in turn need to be educated, and this is why all of us are together here in the Cayman Islands.
And we also, I don't like getting the phone calls, but we get them too often of people saying, well, I've got something, and it's very reactive. So you have to be proactive. You need a disaster plan. Sorry, we're all thinking about hurricanes this week. But a disaster plan is not just hurricanes. So think of the two H's. It's hurricanes and hacks. And guess what? One's going to come a lot more prevalent than the other. And that's hacks. And, I did get a phone call last week when someone was on vacation, because we all were on vacation. And they said, well, I don't know what to do. They kind of handled it when I got back. And now we have to do a forensic examination of how far did they get? What's left in your system. So a disaster recovery is actually, a disaster could be an employee incident.
Yeah.
It could be loss of data. It could be someone shared something they shouldn't. Disasters aren't just hurricanes, they're hacks. So a good disaster plan, and of course, yes, eShore, Diamond sponsor, we sell a lot of these tools that are low cost that give the awareness, kind of a demigod, and that also goes back to the CEO, where they should be able to see it and have, regular meetings. So yes, you can prepare, and arming yourself at the ArmOur Expo conference is the way that the executive boardroom is supposed to prepare to know what policies they need to drive down through their organization.
But just as a last word on the dark web, up to about 3 or 4 years ago, actually about 5 or 6 years ago, if your information was stolen and put on the dark web, people would pay up to $10 per name, and they'd steal 50,000 names at a time.
Right.
Currently on the dark web, it's about $1.50.
Wow.
That's just because of the
dime
flood.
a dozen.
Just the flood of information. And I just want to say, Sabrina, you mentioned on the break about, we're all watching the hurricanes.
Yeah.
It's that time of year. And today is obviously September 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an interesting thing to note, because back in, obviously, 2004, Cayman Islands had not been hit with any significant catastrophic hurricane in 32
Correct.
years. But yet here we were as a country doing disaster recovery plans. We were testing. We had at least the protection of what if in mind. And it's interesting when we talk about the what ifs when it comes to awareness and security and preparing and protecting the things that matter. And that's one of our things we really like to focus on, is protecting the things that matter, whether it's the side kids or the data or the trust that we put in people. But 32 years between catastrophic hurricanes, yes, people tend to get a little complacent. And that's the biggest threat in security, is feeling like it's not going to happen to me.
Yes.
I got this.
I got a guy, I always hear this, I got a guy named Joe who does this. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't think Joe needs Jack. You got to step it up.
You can't outsource responsibility. I think that's key. But when you talk about what ifs, when one of the cool things we've been talking about offline with all the speakers and the wonderful delegates from overseas is quantum computing. And when's it going to come? And when it does, will it break encryption that we know? And people are like, yeah, but that's years away. Well, that's what we said about Category 5 hurricanes.
Yeah.
So I think it's a matter of just having the awareness and making sure that people are sharing the information.
Definitely. What do you expect persons to take away from this expo?
Networks. I hope people meet a lot of the other good people. Ken has thousands of followers on LinkedIn, and I think a lot of them are from the Cayman Islands now. And I think that that's really what we're trying to do, is build the right surround. If we build the right network and these great minds get together, whether it's the economist and the technologists or the innovators or the architects or the security specialists, these people getting together is probably the number one takeaway that we're working on.
Collaboration is it.
Yeah.
And it happens instantly on business social media. I have clients in Singapore. I've Sydney, Australia, Abu Dhabi, and it's just once you start to network, the flow of ideas is amazing, and the flow of exchange, and the flow of information, and the flow of know-how.
Can you give us a lineup of the day's activities? How early this gets started?
Well, we kick off tomorrow about 8 a.m. as a registration, and then Connor O'Day from Cayman Finance, the chairman, kindly is doing the opening remarks with us. And we have, again, very short but powerful presentations, 30 and 40 minutes. We have a main stage and a second stage. And during the coffee break, we have our lovely Master of Ceremonies, Joy Baldrich, will be doing some exciting stuff, introducing the Psy Kids. So throughout the day, we're going to be in a main stage and a smaller stage at the Marriott Ballroom. And then hopefully we'll be also available for the press and the media. And we're looking forward to then the students who are still in the class don't finish until Friday. But I do think that we're going to probably then enjoy some outside networking if the weather participates.
Yeah.
But anyhow, it's just a day full of activities and, again, just really good people.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we put the spotlight in our second segment on ArmOur Expo 2018. It takes place tomorrow. We're going to take a short break. I want to implore on all of our commuters coming along the Esterly-Tibbetts Highway to exercise caution. There has been a motor vehicle accident. We are getting information that we understand there could be a fatality. Keep it locked to your media sources for more. But please exercise caution if you're commuting into town via the Esterly-Tibbetts Highway.
You may have heard of them by now. GreenTurtle.ky, a one-stop shop for your mobile needs. Whether shopping for a new phone or topping up a loved one, it's time to hop aboard the Green Turtle Express. From 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman to sending credit worldwide, GreenTurtle.ky is the future of mobile. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. GreenTurtle.ky. They get there first.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real. It happens every day. You can recover. Discover hope and help.
Never give up on yourself.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
If you, your family member, or friend are in need of support, please contact Department of Counseling Services at 949-8789.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz that is proudly sponsored by Grapetree Cafe, Cayman Medical Supplies, and GreenTurtle.ky, keeping our focus on the ArmOur Expo 2018. And I'm pleased to have Miss Polly and Polly Pickering, Miss Pamela Webster, and one of our keynote speakers for this year, Mr. Ken Bodner, in studio with us, telling us more. What can persons look for moving forward in the future? This has morphed into an expo, and that. Did you ever envision it getting this big?
I'd like to say yes. I'd like to think no. We've got everything all covered. Security's done, and we can all go home. But then there's the innovation side.
Yes.
And I think that Cayman as a jurisdiction is doing a great job to both look at the regulations, good rule of law, but how we can actually take advantage of the wonderful opportunities we have as not just the Brain Trust, but Cayman Finance supporting the private sector. So I think innovation and the growth of these topics is got nowhere to go but up. I think it's just going to get bigger and better every year.
Mm-hmm. Please, for a listening audience, recap when, where, how persons can get additional information. I understand this is, you pretty much got a waiting list, so tickets are not available unless you luck out.
Well, you might luck out. I mean, again, look at our webpage. Connect with us because you never know. I mean, just yesterday I gave away the last scholarship for the training just because someone reached out and I said, "You're perfect. I got a spot."
Good.
So, we love to do that. So it's www.armour, ARMOUR, expo.com. So it's ArmOurExpo.com. Our office number is 946-3673. Reach out to the eShore team as a diamond sponsor. We've welcomed 60 guests from overseas that are coming from all over the world, so we're thrilled. But yes, definitely join us, and we will be sharing things as this goes on. It's not a one-day event. We're going to be doing quarterly education for the Psy kids, educating parents. The web sessions will be hosted at our office. So do connect with us if you're interested in financial technology, compliance, governance, and cybersecurity, all of the above. Reach out to our team because what we do is bring in global experts for Cayman so that we can become the best and safest market for finance.
And we do have an upcoming training in October, as we were talking about email safety earlier. One of our sponsors, Mimecast, is actually doing some Mimecast certified technical training in October. But as Pamela mentioned, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to see what is going on tomorrow. We'll be able to do WebExes and share the keynote speakers from tomorrow. And as well, we'll also be setting up an online portal for the Psy kids. And we'll also be offering where and when the next training opportunities are coming. And our wonderful Professor Jay Renati will be back from New York, NYU.
Princeton, New Jersey.
Yeah. He will be back to carry on all this wonderful cyber education.
Just keep teaching.
Mr. Bodner, what would you like to leave with our listening audience this morning?
I would like to say that people shouldn't be afraid of technology, but we should all be careful out there.
I actually get frustrated because it's like you just get something down pat and then there's another program that you got to learn. I just get really frustrated because it's like it's going too fast.
But my key takeaway, yes, that's absolutely true, but my key takeaway is that if you get an email from somebody you don't know, please don't click on any link.
I agree with you.
Immediately destroy it. If you think that it'll sound great, it'll sound like you're missing out on something. But my key takeaway for anyone on the end, there are emails that I get, and I know things that are sort of tempting because the way they're worded to click on it. Just throw it away. Don't even think about it. You're not missing out. And
better be safe than sorry.
Better be safe than sorry.
What's your take on chain letters, chain mails?
They're more or less disappearing. Because there are more sophisticated ways of, for example, they'll send you an email. It's called phishing, PHISHING, where they'll actually they'll get your banking information just by logging your keystrokes. But now, if you take a look at the psychology of chain emails, the guys who wrote Freakonomics did an expose on this, and they'll the chain mails now will say, come out, I am from Burkina Faso, or I am from Somalia, and that's their filter. If you're
trigger words,
no, if you are sort of not sophisticated enough to know that that's a small African country and it's not true,
right?
And so it saves them energy and effort of people who are too smart.
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom line is, I go back to what I said originally. If you get an email that you don't know who it's from and they ask you to click something, or they say your account's overdue, or you got a package waiting for you, and you don't.
You know for sure you didn't do it.
Yeah.
They're getting very sophisticated and very, very, very personal. I mean, they are, using real nicknames, real logos. It looks so real.
They do their research. And the other thing is, like, when you say, I'm sorry, there's the days of a Nigerian prince offering you money, that's long past. However, a little tip that I see, it's kind of my pet peeve, is on Facebook when people are like,
type amen.
No, it's personal information. Simple. What street did you grow up on? What's your pet's name? What's this? Do not share anything about yourself on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's the chain letter of today. Is, hey, share this with 5 friends. We're going to save a heart. No, you're not. You're handing this over to a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then, the other thing is, I do tell people, welcome back from the summer vacation, don't post your pictures while you're away. Don't tell people what you're doing. Just remember, every time you put something on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, that somebody who's a nefarious character is also watching. So just be careful.
I always tell people, privacy should not be a dirty word, but we do need to protect ourselves. And you have to be careful that, would you write some of these things on the back of a postcard and hand it to a mailman? So people just have to think twice about what they're doing and how they're sharing it. So, again, it's all about awareness.
What is the future outlook for ArmOur Expo 2019? Are we expecting bigger, better, perhaps?
I think we're looking more regional. We do see a lot of, like Pamela mentioned, the ISACA organization. We've been working with IC2 as well. And we're getting a lot of feedback from different countries who've asked us to actually take it on the road. So I think what we're going to find is more regional, more diverse levels for different compliance risk, but also students. And I think what Ken mentioned, I'd like to see where we can get something in for possibly some of on the break we were talking about how some of the elderly folks are also cyber targets. So I think, Pamela, you're a big fan over at the Pines Retirement Home.
Of the Pines, yeah.
Our surround is going to just get a little bigger, regional, few more verticals, and definitely, we're always looking for a few good volunteers. There's always that.
Any closing words, any shout-outs, special mentions? Thank you.
Just thank you to Radio Cayman, who's always been an amazing supporter of everything we do.
It's a pleasure.
And I want to say thank you to my team at Eshore, a small, nimble team who are just awesome. And again, to Ken for coming back. And, we couldn't do it without, great people. So just thank you to everyone.
Again, thank you. Any closing words, Mr. Bud?
I am totally amazed at the eclectic collection of great minds. And they're personable people who will stop and talk to you, and it's a wonderful experience, and the people of Cayman are just absolutely wonderful.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to have you back.
Thank
Again,
you.
I want to wish you all success. Thank you for allowing us here on the Business Buzz to continue to put the spotlight on your expo every year. It's a pleasure, ArmOur Expo 2018, and we're looking forward to hear what's in store for ArmOur Expo 2019. All the best to you all.
See you tomorrow.
We've been speaking to Polly Pickering and Ms. Pamela Webster, also joined by one of our keynote speakers, Mr. Ken Bodner. Want to know all about blockchain, dispel the myth, what's that, and cryptocurrency and all of that? Definitely one of the keynote speakers at tomorrow's event. If you didn't make it this year because you were just too slow in getting your tickets, definitely plan for 2019 by going on to their website. The Business Buzz is brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday from 7:30 until 9. We want to thank our kind sponsors, Grape Tree Cafe, Cayman Medical Supplies, and Green Turtle KY. Until Thursday, have a safe and fabulous Tuesday.
GreenTurtle.ky is easy. Get your new phone at GreenTurtle.ky. No stress, no fuss. 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman. You can even send credit overseas. Top up your loved ones at GreenTurtle.ky. If I can do it, you can do it. It's easy. Just remember, GreenTurtle.ky. 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 Top up today at greenturtle.ky.
That smells so good. Wow, looks delicious. Let me tell you, Grapetree Cafe is the #1 fish fry place on island. You can't see my plate, or? Yeah, and I'm looking at this menu and not only seeing fried fish, I also see roast fish. I see fritters, breadfruit, cassava, plantain, look here, wings, conch fritter, saltfish fritter and sauce. And watch, they even got chicken tenders and fries. And on Saturday, child, they even got chicharron. Plus, you got all the delicious local juices to wash it all down.
That's right. Grapetree Cafe here on the beach in Bordentown is loved by locals and visitors like me and my family. It is the popular weekend spot to enjoy the ambiance, great food, and soft island music. I'm returning home tomorrow, but I can't wait to return to the Caymans and enjoy the good food and island vibes at Grapetree Cafe in Bordentown.
Okay, wanna try to order up and come join me here so we can watch the sunset.